Hi everyone, this is Kelly with Kelly Ann Crafts, and these are my January cards. How exciting, we have a new catalog that started on January 7th, and I'm going to be featuring some of the products that are in here. I am also going to be featuring some of the products that are in our Celebration pamphlet that started also on January 7th. It goes through February 28th, and these are things that if you order up to $60 or more, you can pick some of these items for free. Some are $60 items, some of them are $120 items. So just so you know, this is where I'm getting some of my products from. And I may be also using some online exclusives, but at this point, I believe everything is in the new catalog. So let's get started. I'm going to apologize real quick for my voice, and if I sound like I sniffle a lot, I'm having an allergy moment here. The great state of Texas, the cedars and junipers decided to go crazy, and for the first time since I moved here, I am being affected by the pollen. So it's always exciting. So the stamp sets I'm going to be using is Memorable Blooms, and this is in the new catalog, the new mini that goes live on the 7th of January. And we're going to be using this stamp here, but there also are these beautiful dies, and I used this die here. This die actually is two dies. I have them taped together because you'll see why in just a moment in the card that we're making. But I taped those together, and then I die cut out some items for our card. And then our sentiment is going to come from this Bright Borders. This is also an item that is in the new catalog. It comes with a punch. There's a punch that goes with that. And there's two stamp sets. There's Bright Borders, and then there's one other that is called, oh, I would have to try and think of it. It's called Hugs for Love. Okay, so Hugs for Love and this come together. This is a bundle, but this is another stamp set in there that goes with this border, with this punch, which is nice because if you don't need the hearts, which I didn't really need the hearts, I love these here that go with the border punch, but this one is just the borders, and I think they're beautiful, and there's some nice little stamps in here that I like to use for a lot of different things. So that's how that works. So these are all in the new catalog, the new mini. So I will set those aside. And this is the fun card we're going to make today. This card is inspired by Dawn Griffin and also Lisa Crucio. Both have a card that's similar to this. I think mine's a little bit closer to the Lisa card, but they both have the same concept. So it is a fun fold, and the fold goes up like this. Okay, and then and you can write here or you can stamp here, and then it closes like that. And so this is a really easy card, and in this card we are using some of the free designer series paper that you can get from the Celebration. We are using gems from the Celebration, and we are also using the ribbon that is from Celebration. These were free items that you can earn with these were all $60 items. So the gems are right here, and then the ribbon and the paper. This paper is just gorgeous. I'm gonna be buying, I'm gonna have to spend a lot of money because I need a lot of packets of those. And then this beautiful ribbon. It's fresh Freesia, and it is just a gorgeous ribbon. So that's what we're doing for our first card. So I will set this off to the side a little bit, and I'll bring in my packet. My packet is going to have, oh, that one shouldn't have that on there. Oh, I need one that doesn't have the gems in it. There we go. Somehow I have one with the gems in it. I'll sort that out in a moment. Okay. If you're getting the packet from me, you're going to get one that's going to have gems in it that are in strips. I'm not doing that. These are ones that are being mailed out to the people who subscribe to the class. But I'm just actually going to use the free gem set. This is what the full package looks like. This is what I'll be using. And each packet is going to have a ribbon. I like ribbons. We have our die cut item. We have what the die cut item is going to go on. We have some mats and layers, and we have our inside mechanism. So let me just go through this briefly so you can see what it, what everything is. This is an 11 by 4 1/4. It is scored at 2 inches here, and well, you could do it like this, 3 1/2 and 9 inches. I scored 3 1/2, flipped it, and then did a 2 inch here. So it totals a 5 1/2 inch. So it fits perfectly into our envelope. Okay. Then we have our mats and layers. So we have designer series paper with green, and these mats should have about 1/8 of an inch border when you put them together. And there is a direction on this paper. If you see the little grasses or stems are going up, I try to keep those going the same direction. And we have one for the bottom piece. And then this is our insert piece. And our insert piece has a fold in it, and we will put this on here. So the dimensions of this will all the dimensions will be in the tutorial that I sent to you later. It's too hard to say them all, but I will try here. So in Shamrock, which is all the green, we have one piece that is 4 1/8 by 3 3/8. That's this one. Okay. Then we have one that is 4 1/8 by 1 7/8. That's this one. Then we have another one that is 3 1/2. Yeah, it's 3 1/2 by, I believe it's 3 1/2. I might have said that wrong. Might have been 3 1/4. It is 3 1/2. I have it written wrong in my notes off to the side. I was pretty sure I cut 3 1/2. So I was like, okay. And it's 3 1/2 by 5 1/4, and it's scored at a 1/2 inch. And this is just going to get attached on the inside of the card, and this will be put on here. Now, if you're going to stamp anything on here, you're going to stamp it up by the fold. I'm not stamping. I like to leave the insides free. You should have your envelope, and then you should have this lovely piece here. What I did is I just did a 4x4 piece of paper, and this has got the adhesive paper on here, so it's going to be sticky. It's kind of hard to glue all these fine things down. I don't have a problem with it, but a lot of people do, and so to make it easy on everybody, I went and put the adhesive back strip on here. So and I put it so there's a seam, so hopefully you can find that seam and it's easier to peel off. A lot of times if you're peeling off the paper, it will peel off all those little schnibbles that are in there. If not, you'll have to poke them out, and I just get them attached to something else because we've just peeled off the backing. And I'm just going to poke out these other ones real quick. I think that's it. There's one more down here, but maybe that'll come out with the other half. So it sticks to your fingers. It's kind of funny. And then here, I can peel that up with my finger now. Okay. So what I did is, originally when I made this card, I went and I cut out in white, I cut out the octagon that this fits on, but it was very hard to line it up. So to make things simpler, and we don't need the decorative stitch, so to make things simpler, I just did a 4x4 piece of paper, and I'm just going to set this down anywhere I want. Just make it flat, adhere that down, okay, and before you trim it, you're going to stamp it. we're stamping at this point, okay? So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to do my thank you stamp because I'm making a thank you card. It's after the holidays. We probably have a few thank you cards to send out. And this is a polymer stamp, so I can see where I'm going with it. So I can just press that straight down and lift straight up. My thank you is there. Let me close my ink before I wear it, because it's always good to close your ink. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just take a pair of scissors, and I'm just going to trim around the edge. It's so much easier than trying to line that up. I don't know about you, but I can go around something fairly quickly. I can line it up crooked much quicker than I can cut, but that's not the object. And if we look real careful at the one I did for the original, I did do it the hard way, and it was like I glued it so I could lift it up, and I only glued it in a couple of spots. But if you've got this double adhesive tape on here, or the sticker on there, it is really hard to move it. Once you put it down, it's down. So I felt this would make it easier for everybody to just trim around. And it's a little bit of paper you're wasting, but that's okay. So there I have it, trimmed around, and we can go ahead and put together our card. It's fairly simple card once you get it all together. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to adhere. I'm going to adhere my green to this green right here. Okay, I'm just going to adhere that to here, fold it, and I know where it's going to go. Let me grab my tape. This has a little bit bigger border on it because the white piece should give you about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Okay, so that's there. And I'm just going to set that aside. We've got these two pieces done. I'm just going to set them up here. And now I'm going to do my mats and layers here. Because these are so close, I'm going to use liquid glue. And I'm using I call it green glue. Some people use the real name, which is all-purpose glue. I just slather on a little bit. Go pretty fast. It'll stay fairly thin on you. And then I can put it on here. And I can line it up as best I can by just holding the two corners until I think it's in the right spot. And then I'm going to flatten it down. And now it's pretty much, it's not perfect. They never are because I'm eyeing it. But, that's pretty good. And I will come in with a bone folder and just bone folder it just to make sure that glue flattens out and doesn't bubble up. So that's one. And I'm going to do the other one the same way. Again, just holding it off on the corners there until I think it's in about the right spot. And I'm just going to do that. Take my bone folder, go like this and this. And now, at this point, you can use your tape runner or your tape, your adhesive seal. You can use that now to put this on your card. So this card, I want to make sure my stems are going up. This is going to go on my bottom piece, and again, it's a really narrow border. So if you're not real good at placing these down, use your glue again in this spot because we only have, as you can see, a small border around each of it. It's just a little bit of green popping up in there. And I will use glue on this one to show you the difference of putting it on. Again, this one I'm just going to put a little bit all over. Now here I want to make sure my grass is going the right way. That's the wrong way. This is the right way. And then I'm going to bring it up here. Bring it here till I think it looks like it's about even all the way around. It is. I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna burnish it again. All this burnishing does is take any glue that's in there and just smooths it out. That's all I'm doing is smoothing out that glue. Okay. Now we have a couple more things to glue, and these are pretty simple. We're going to take this piece here, and we are going to glue it onto the top flap. And what I want you to do is to glue it so it's just above this fold right here. Okay, this is your mechanism, and you want to get it even. And I'm going to use glue because if I don't have it even, I'll have a moment or two to be able to slide that around into place. Okay, so you want to have an even side on either side of it. Be above. That looks pretty even. You want to be above the fold so that it folds really nice. I'm just going to press that for a second. I'm going to press that like this. And now you can see what we're going to do. We're going to put a little bead of glue along here. You can use tear and tape if you have it. I am not a fan of tear and tape. I'm a better fan of glue. And I think you all know that by now. But if you don't, I am a fan of glue. And I don't use a lot. I just put it in very thin. And I'm going to do this on the edges and on the edge. Now your card should fold in and fold out, fold in and fold out. So that's really good. And I have better luck with the folding if I put this, glue this flap down after I put this middle piece in. Sometimes it's just too snug and it just doesn't want to move very well for me. So I think that's really nice. Now we are going to take and put our thank you on the front, and you can glue this. You can use tape, whichever makes you feel good. And I'm going to, that looks pretty good there. So I'm going to just use tape on the top half of this. I'm going to use adhesive. This sticks really well, so it shouldn't be a problem. And it's just on the top half. I'm going to kind of center that a little bit on the card. There we go. And then all that's left to do is do our embellishments. And what I need is I need my glue dots. Glue dots, yay, glue dots. And I need my wonderful bow. And then I will need my beautiful sequins. So glue dot, let's put our bow on. I leave the bows so that you can trim them once you get them on. It is a double bow. If it seems to be closed, you can pull it apart a little bit. And I just put it over here on the side and press down. There you go. And then I just, that one was pretty good. I'll just leave it. That one was cut pretty good already. So that's that. Then I'm going to come in with some of the sequins. And I love this sequence. I think this is the best. Now I use the bright purple that is down here, and I went and filled in my flowers with them. Okay, and I only used 3. There you could use 4, but I only used 3 because it's visually more pleasing that way. But we could put 4 on there. We could put 4 here and then put 1 up there, but in my original card, I have 5. So I have 1 up here, 1 here, and then I put 3 on the actual bigger flowers. So we're going to do the same thing here. So I'm going to put this one here, and I'm going to put a big one over here. And I love these because they have the adhesive on them, and they're just so pretty. And then I'm just going to take a couple more, and I'm just gonna put 1 up here And I'll put one down in here. And it just adds a little bit of zing. And there we have it. We're done with our first card. Well, we think we're done. I always say we're done, and then I find something I didn't do. And that is, I did not embellish my beautiful envelope. No naked envelopes here. So we'll set our card aside for just a second. And I will come in. When it's the ones that I'm doing, I always put a K on the back of it, so I know that. If you're getting it from me, you probably have a little 1 on the back of yours, so you want to erase that first. And I'm going to use the stamp that is from here. And I'm going to throw this one back in because I can use it for another card. I like to keep little bits like that in there. And I'm going to use the Petunia Pop, which is what the base of the card is, Petunia Pop, which is one of the in colors. And so here we go. Put that there. I just love putting stuff on the envelopes. I think that is so much fun. There we go. So now we truly do have everything done on this card. I want to thank you all again for joining me for my class. If you're watching this video and you were not able to attend my class, you're more than welcome to leave me a message, and I will tell you how you can sign up for next month's class. If you sign up for the class, I usually give a preview of what will be happening in the next class at each class, but I also send out emails to you with the information. And that's that. If you could like and share my videos, I would appreciate it. The more people watching, the more fun we can have. Thank you again, and have a lovely evening. Bye-bye.